All right, team. What's going on? Welcome to the training. We are talking about how to get your next 20 premium coaching clients before the year ends. And when I say 20 premium coaching clients, I'm talking clients who are paying you between $1,000 a month to $2,000 a month. And I'm going to unpack what that looks like today because I'm sure there's some question marks going on in your head right now. But the whole notion and basis of this training is understanding how we can build predictability, sustainability, safety net inside of your coaching business so that you know every single month you have $10,000 coming in on repeat, $20,000 coming in on repeat, $30,000 coming in on repeat, obviously depending on how many clients you have and what those price points are. But premium clients are the way to understand how you can build this. If it's a gym, if it's a health practitioner office that you guys have, or if you're an online coach or personal trainer, this is the way to do it. And I'm going to show you how to attract these premium clients inside of this training today. So first things first, if there's one thing I hate is trainings that are fluffy, trainings that try to pitch you on their stuff, trainings that don't really give you the exact value that you thought you came for. This is exactly what I teach my clients, or what I would do to get 20 premium clients over the next 6 months. There's no fluff. There's no pitch at the end. It is pure value. I'm cutting right to the chase. I do not like fluffy trainings. So let's just get right into it right now, guys. So before we get into the step-by-step process, first thing we need to unpack is why you're stuck, what a premium offer actually looks like, and then we'll get into what the step-by-step process is. So most coaches are stuck because you're undercharging and you're overworking, and you've never been shown what a premium coaching offer is. You've never been shown how you can raise your rates and attract premium clients to you. A lot of coaches that I work with before they start working with me, or coaches that I just see online, you're stuck in this training mindset, right? Like I'm a trainer. I will give you programming. You hire me for workouts. The longer you stay in that mindset, the longer you're probably going to struggle. The longer you're always going to stay broke. The longer you're always going to just get by. Don't get me wrong, that's great to build your base, and I'm sure you already have a good amount of clients in that arena. So do I. Keep that going. I'm not saying you need to totally drastically change your entire business and blow things up. But when it comes to attracting premium clients, we want to shift from that trainer mindset to a coach, to a high performance leader, where you're also talking about nutrition, you're also talking about lifestyle, you're also talking about the overall transformation that your ideal type of client is going to walk to get to where they want to go, to change the trajectory of their health for arguably the rest of their life. That's a lot different than, yeah, I'll give you workouts for 12 weeks. So first, we need to understand that shift in mindset, because if you can't shift that mindset first in how you see yourself as a coach and how you see yourself as a practitioner or performing this service, then nothing, literally nothing in what I'm about to say is going to work. Okay, so if that's you guys, you could probably click off right now. I'll save you 20 minutes of your time. But for the few that are still on and you want to shift that mindset, you want to shift that identity, well, then keep watching, because this is going to be good for you. I love sharing this graphic. This is the most important graphic I think I can share inside of this whole presentation to really give you that light bulb moment in terms of what I'm talking about here. Is Starbucks doesn't just sell coffee, right? Because I could go to the gas station and get a cup of coffee for $1. Literally, or maybe even less than $1, right? Because that's a cup of coffee. Starbucks sells the experience that comes with a cup of coffee. It sells a premium product. It sells personalization, right? I go through the drive-thru and they ask for my name. They write my name on it. I customize the drink in 1,000 different ways, right? Sprinkles, frappuccino, caramel, whatever it is. I don't drink that stuff, but there's so many different ways to customize that so it's unique to the individual, and it's a service, right, that comes with the product, which is a cup of coffee. People will willingly, and you guys know this, you might be one of them. I know my wife is one of them. People will willingly pay 7x, arguably 10x. I've seen some Starbucks orders for just one drink that's like $10, $11, right? People will willingly pay that because of the service that comes with their morning cup of coffee. Fitness coaching is the same, and I'm going to give you a couple more different examples here. Let's take a car, right? If I want to get from A to B, if I just want to go to my office, I'm in my office right now. I've got my personal training studio in the back here in my health facility. If I just wanted to go from my home to this office, which is a 10-minute drive every single day, then I'm just going to buy a Toyota Camry, right? For 25K or whatever it is. But if I want to feel a certain way in my car, and I don't have a Porsche, I have a Toyota Tundra, but this is for the sake of this example. If I want to feel a certain way, if I want to improve my status, if I want to not just go from point A to point B, but I want to step into a different identity, I'm going to buy a Porsche, or I'm going to buy a nicer car versus just something that is going to get me from point A to point B. This is transformation, right? Or sorry, transportation. And this is a feeling. They're both cars, right? They're both cars at the end of the day, but in terms of the price point and in terms of what you get is vastly different. It's the exact same thing as flying first class versus flying in economy. Flying in economy, what are you doing? You're going from point A to point B, right? You're going to Hawaii, let's say. You could also go to Hawaii first class. At the end of the day, you're going to the exact same destination. The flight is the exact same amount of time. All of those things are still true. But in terms of the service and the quality and the experience that comes with getting from Toronto to Hawaii, which is where I'm at, for example, it's vastly different, and it's 10x the price. So your health coaching is the exact same, guys. Like, there are premium buyers in every single market. I just showed you 3 markets. I showed you the coffee market, I showed you the car market, and I showed you the flying market. There's many different markets I can show, but health is no different. Those same people that I just showed you will invest in their health. They will invest in coaching. They will invest in a premium service. They don't want to hire just the average coach at 24 Hour Fitness for $100 an hour. They don't want to just buy a $57 ebook online. They don't want to arguably hire you, who is charging $300 a month for programming through Trainerize every single month. They want a premium experience. They want to feel a certain way. And high performers will invest in their health because they see improving their health as an asset. They see improving their health as improving their performance inside of their career. This is the identity that they already have. We don't have to create clients and say, and hit on their pain points and try and get them to buy a higher ticket service. We want to meet people who already have that mindset. They already value their health and fitness. They already value what it looks like to get to where they want to go. So that's exactly what this looks like. Premium clients, guys, very simply, they value their time over their money. Okay, they have money. We're talking 6-figure owners here. They have money. They value time over money. They value certainty over guesswork. They don't want to go through trial and error with you. They want a repeatable, predictable process that works well. Okay, they want status. They want exclusivity. Working with you, direct correlation and working with you is going to get them to where they want to go. It's not watch all these modules, right? It's not, get stuck in this group chat with all these other clients. No. They are willing to pay more for faster results, better results, and more personalized results. So I'm going to walk you through what this looks like here, but this is top 20. This is top 20. Standard coaching is $400, $500 a month, one-on-one coaching online. And again, nothing wrong with that. Like, that's totally fine. And if you have those services, keep them rolling. I'm not saying shut that down, but what I am saying is that there are premium clients out there. Arguably, there's 20 premium clients in your audience, in your email list, in your inner circle, in your town, your local radius right now. Why don't we create a premium offer? And why don't we add an extra $240,000 to your revenue? That's what this training is all about today. So what does a premium offer actually look like? I'm going to go through a couple things with you. What you guys might be doing now, or what I've seen in the past, is kind of mid-level coaching, right? We're talking between $300 to $500 a month. You get a training plan, which is probably pre-built. It's we can adjust a couple of things, send them a nutrition plan, help them eat in a caloric deficit. You're focusing on progressive overload. You'll check in once a week, and bada boom, bada bing, you got your client. You're making a few $100 a month. That's kind of the old way of doing things. And again, nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to premium coaching, here that you're charging between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. I've seen as high as $2,500 a month. Okay, I know that might seem wild. I'm going to walk you through it here in a second. It's not just training and nutrition. Obviously, that's a huge part of it. But we're talking full body optimization, potentially labs. We're talking sleep. We're talking stress. We're talking nutrition. We are talking, more important, the other 23 hours in the day that happen outside of the gym, not just the 1 hour that's happening inside of the gym. Okay, so we're more holistic in our nature. they're not just getting weekly check-ins. Yes, they are getting that. They're getting Loom videos every single week, going through their process, understanding tweaks and adjustments that they need to make. They're also getting monthly strategy calls. They're also getting 24/7 access to you, depending on what they need. This is more of a concierge service that they're getting. And people want this. People want this. So what does this actually look like? Obviously, depending on your systems, we have your training program. If you're using Trainerize, TrueCoach, CoachRx, whatever it may be. If we're doing blood work, we're using Vitality Blueprint, which is a very, very good service. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies, by the way. I just talk about what my clients use, what I use, and potentially what you can use as well. There's many different ones. In my opinion, this is one of the best ones because they do all of the work for you when it comes to assessing their biomarkers, giving recommendations, supplements, things like that. The onus is on them for that. You are just helping facilitate the service, which I love. So it's a huge value add. So you're shifting from just selling workouts and totally changing the trajectory of someone's health. That's exactly what this is all about. So Top 20, what this actually looks like and the result that this can create inside of your coaching business is 20 premium clients, okay? 12-month contract. So they're working with you for a full year. It's not just a 3-month stint, right? It's not just an eight-week stint. They're working with you for a full year because you're going to solve some long-term health issues that might require a longer runway to be able to solve. You're going to create predictable income inside of your coaching business, and you're going to have peace of mind. If you know, like, just for a second, I know this is kind of a weird woo-woo exercise, but like close your eyes for a second, and if you knew $15,000, $20,000 was coming in every single month predictably because you have 20 clients on 12-month contracts paying you $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. Like, what does that feel like? How does that change your stress? How does that change your life? For a lot of coaches, for me included, it was life-changing, absolutely life-changing in terms of how I go home and spend time with my 3 young daughters, my wife, how I show up, my energy. As online coaches, and I'm in the fight with you guys, and I have been for the last decade, some months, some years, it's a grind, and it takes a toll on you. This just helps mentally, emotionally, physically. This helps long-term as an entrepreneur. I totally understand where you guys are at. So this is the formula. This is, again, one of the most important parts of this training. Stick with me here, guys. If we have a list of 100 ideal clients for top 20, okay, so we're talking 6-figure earners, they have a real problem that we know we can solve, okay? We need 100 people on this list. And you don't have to create this right now. You don't have to create this overnight. It takes time to build, but this is what we need in order to achieve what top 20 is. So we have 100 people on this list. We send them a value video, which is my unique process of sending them a proposal of what it would look like to work with you for the next year and everything that you're going to work on, what results they should expect, what the process looks like. Okay. So it's a personalized 15-minute Loom video, let's say, specific for this individual, because that's what top 20 is. It's not a watch my VSL. It's this is specific for you, concierge service. And plus our premium offer that we create, which would be $1,000 a month, let's say. And if we convert just 20% of the people on this list, that's top 20. Converting 20% of 100 people on this list, that's 20 clients using this formula. This is the formula, guys. It's not rocket science. It's simple, not easy, but it's simple. Understanding this process is what's going to get you to where you want to go. Now you have $20,000 rolling in month after month after month. This is the formula. And I'll also say this. A 20% conversion rate is actually, I would say, low to average. If you're a winner, if you speak very well, you communicate very well, you're excellent in your craft, this should be probably 30 to 40%. So you could maybe even lower this list and see a lot better results. And it'll take a lot less time for you to get here. So this is me just hedging my bets because I don't know how many coaches are watching this training, and I just want to take averages here. My clients see better results than this. So the math. If we need 100 ideal type of clients for top 20 and we convert 20%, then this is what it looks like. It's 16 value videos we're going to send per month, which is only 4 per week. It's only 4 per week. That's essentially you sending out a 1-year health proposal every other day for the next 6 months. That's very achievable, very sustainable, no matter what you have going on. You're running a gym, you're running successful online coaching business, already 10K a month. You already have 40, 50 clients you're servicing, no matter what it is, health practitioner office, no matter what it is, we can make time for this. We can absolutely make time for this. If there's $20,000 a month on the other end of this, or maybe even more, we can make time for this. So this is the math. And what we need to understand is, how can we get these 4 people per week? What do we need to do consistently to make sure that we're sending out 4 1-year health proposals per week? This is the only thing that we need to focus on. So the value video. What is the value video? This is my whole process, guys. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, look up Will Schiller Consulting, search value video. I've got a full video of what the value video, it's a lot of V words, of what the value video actually looks like, how you guys can apply it, how you guys can build this yourselves. So you can pause this video, or after you're done this, go to my YouTube channel, look up the value video and watch that for yourselves. But essentially what this is a proposal video that we're sending to an ideal client. It's 15 minutes long, and we're just showing them what the next year could look like. Okay. Now, we're only sending this to pre-qualified clients. So these are ideal types of clients who come into our system. They're pre-qualified, they're financially qualified, and then we can build this value video template specifically for you, for your premium offer, so that we can send this to our ideal types of clients that we generate every other day. Boom, boom, boom. And then it just becomes a numbers game. A lot of coaches, before I get to this, a lot of coaches are too emotional. Like, sometimes things go up, sometimes things go down. They're too connected to their business and how their social media posts go, and they can never really stay consistent with the strategy. At the end of the day, if we have a list of 100 premium ideal types of clients and we send value videos to them all over the next 6 months, which is just 4 a week for the next 6 months, the law of averages suggests 20% of them will become clients, and there's top 20 right there. But you need to stay consistent with the process. That's the only thing. You need to stay consistent with that process. So the $20,000 question is, the question now becomes, how can I create 4 opportunities per week? I hear what you're saying. Well, this training is awesome. Sounds great. Sounds exactly what I need. But how can I actually make sure that I'm creating those 4 opportunities per week in the next 5 to 6 months? What does that look like? So we're going to get into that over the next 6 months. Here are the exact action steps that I would, arguably, without knowing you yet, that I would program for you and make sure that we're getting you to where you want to go. So the first step inside of month one is heavy because we need to build out the process, and then it gets easier from there. But the first step, let's say in July, we need to build your initial list. Okay, so this is something I would slowly do over time. We need to build your initial list. We can start with 20 people. Doesn't have to be 100 right off the bat. We'll start with 20. This is going to come from past clients, current clients you think you can upsell, people who have been in and out, if it's a gym, if it's whatever it may be, your inner circle, friends, connections, local business owners, where they know you. They like you. They trust you already. You should have, if you've been in business for any amount of time, you should have at least 20 people. And if you don't, you need to really think about it, because if you've been in business for any amount of time, you absolutely do. Okay. You need to really think about this. Get that list of 20 people. Okay. Get that list of 20. Now what we want to do is we want to send them all a message, and nothing's built yet, but we want to just plant that first seed and tell them, hey, Jack, hope all is well, man. I just wanted to touch base and let you know I'm actually in the process of building out a 1-year premium health coaching program specifically for XYZ ideal types of clients. And I actually think you'd be an awesome fit for it. If you're cool with it, let me know if you want me to send a little bit more information in the next week or so when I officially launch for the first batch of clients, and we can go from there. I would send a message like this to all 20 people to get started. Okay. You're just putting feelers out there. Nothing's built yet. You're just putting feelers out there because you need to see that this is real. Because in month 2, we're going to sign our first 4 clients to a premium coaching program. So you just need to slowly build this and see that it's real. Step number 2 is we want to build our value video. So what does this 1-year coaching proposal look like? I have templates for this stuff, obviously, that I give my clients, but if you guys don't want to work with me, you absolutely don't have to. How can you build this yourself? What is that 1-year coaching program going to look like? How can you build out the different phases, let's say quarterly phases, that you're going to walk through with an ideal type of client? Phase 1, let's say 3-month fat loss journey. Phase 2, maybe as a 6-month body recomposition journey. Phase 4, because that's 2 quarters. Phase 4, maybe that's more a hormonal assessment, understanding your biochemistry, understanding cortisol levels, starting to improve that, gut health, things like that, right? There's different ways we can go about this, but you want to build out the template that you think your ideal type of client would fit the bill for. And then obviously you're going to slightly tweak and adjust that journey based off of individual needs. But the first step is building out that value video template, because this is the 1-year proposal, the Loom video, that you're going to personally send out to the people on your list. That would be step number 2 in month 1. Step number 3 in month 1 is let's actually build out your premium coaching offer. What does this look like? What apps are you using? What is the structure of the offer? Do they have monthly calls? Are you doing weekly check-ins? What exactly does this process look like? How do you communicate with them? You need to be clear. You need to be certain on this first before we start sending out value videos to interested ideal types of clients. So building out the initial structure of what this looks like, which yes, can be subject to change down the road, but building out the initial structure of what this looks like is what we need to start with. Okay. So building out that premium coaching offer. And then the last step is we need to start posting on social media. Now, I know some of you might be, I'm not sure if I want to do that. And you don't have to, but if you have a business social media account or an email list, we want to slowly make it known to your audience that you have a premium coaching offer for the top 10%, top 20% of the people in your network. We just want to make it known. We want to start creating content. If you want to spend a little bit of money on ads, follower ads, I've got a whole process for that as well, targeting high performing individuals who would be a good fit for this service. But we slowly want to start doing this right away, because the attention that we generate from starting to do this now, we're in month 1, is going to sign on with us in month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6, right? That's why I'm front loading all this stuff, is because we're planting the seeds for what's going to happen down the road. So those are the first 4 steps that we're going to take in month 1. I know that was a lot, and it's front loaded for a reason, but we need to build the structure for what this looks like in terms of our sales sequence, in terms of our marketing sequence, in terms of what the coaching offer even looks like, and then the actual value video that we're going to send out, the proposal. Okay. So that's month 1, and that will take a month in understanding. Now it gets fun. Now it gets easy. Okay. So we've got the initial list that we've created. I want you to make in month 2, 16 offers to your list. Okay. We already made the list of the initial 20 people in month 1. So let's make 16 offers to that list. And if we're converting 20 to 25%, that's your first 4 clients. Okay. So this is you sending that message, sending that value video based off what their problems are, based off what their goals are, and inviting them personally, to whatever you call your 1-year coaching program, your premium concierge coaching program inside of your coaching business. So your first 4 clients, this is going to create $4,000 in MRR, $48K in total revenue once this is all paid out over the span of 12 months. This is amazing. This is incredible. So that would be month number 2. Month number 3, what I would recommend, and this is a process that I give my clients, is now that we're starting to generate leads with content, potentially with ads, you're starting to understand a little bit more different people in your audience, light bulb moments are coming, you've got your first couple clients, maybe they have friends, colleagues, family members who would be a good fit for your services as well. I want to run a 3-day clinic. And what this 3-day clinic is all about in month 3, this is about you walking them through, let's say, the 3 main pillars of what your 1-year coaching program is, and you're educating your ideal types of clients on what this looks like. If we can get, let's say, 20 people into this 3-day clinic based off your content, based off your ads, based off of your network, and we can send out 16 invitations based off of the people who graduate this clinic with a special invitation to the 1-year premium coaching program that you have, those are your next 4 clients. Okay. So if we add these clients to what we got last month, now we're at 8K in MRR, 96K in total revenue, which is amazing. We're almost halfway there. Okay. So we're in month 3. Now going to month 4, what I would run here is a masterclass. So if we're posting good content, if we have a good email list and we're running a little bit of ads, now we have a good list of ideal types of clients who fit the bill of who would be a good fit for our premium coaching program. We're talking financially qualified, demographically, they fit the bill of who our ideal type of client is for our premium coaching. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a masterclass, and this is very similar to what you built out in your 3-day clinic. But instead of doing it in 3 different days and 3 mini videos, what we're going to do is we might edit a couple of things, but you've already done all the hard work here, and we're going to stitch everything together into a masterclass that's maybe 45 minutes long. And what we're going to do is we're going to promote this. And if we can have around 20 people going through this, wanting the call, wanting to understand what it would look like for the special offer at the end, which is your premium coaching offer, now we sell 20 to 25% of that. Those are your next 4 clients. Now you have a total of 12, adding up the additional 2 months before. So now you're at 12K MRR, 144K in total revenue. Okay. Are you guys with me? I know I'm throwing a lot at you here, but this is the linear progression of what this can look like in terms of building out the right systems. So month 5, this is a fun one. I personally love this one. This is my favorite one, is because what I would do is try and set up 3 to 4 lunch and learns. So what I mean by lunch and learns is, in your current area, I guarantee you there's real estate offices, there's accounting offices, there's maybe big construction companies, dentist office, lawyer office, businesses, whatever it may be, depending on where you live, tech. And I would offer to do a free lunch and learn in some of these businesses, corporations, organizations. I'd offer to do a free lunch and learn where, again, you literally walk them through what you just built here, the masterclass live, but you make it maybe a little bit more specific to the people that you're talking to. And I would try and set up 3 to 4 of these opportunities in month 5. And if we were to work together, obviously we would have all this planned out. So well before we get to month 5, we're already starting to plant these seeds, send these emails, set up these opportunities in this particular month. But if we're able, if we're able to create these opportunities, run the masterclass live, tell them about what our concierge coaching program is at the end as well. And let's say each organization has a high performance team of 10 to 20 people. You're doing 3 of these presentations. Absolutely. You'll probably do better than this, but absolutely you can sell 4 premium coaching clients from these opportunities. So now all of a sudden we're in the second last month and you have 16K in MRR and $192,000 in total revenue. So we are almost there. We are almost at the finish line, and now we need to go into month 6, which is the simplest one, but you have earned the right to do this, especially with consistent content, which is going on in the background, and potentially ads, which is going on in the background, which I'll talk more about in a second as well. What I would do now is I would call in your next 4 clients publicly. Send out an email to your list. Post on, if it's Instagram, Facebook, wherever you guys are, and also ask with your current clients that you already have 16 clients. I would say, hey, I'm taking on my last 4 clients. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to cap it at 20. I'm taking on my last 4 clients for my premium coaching program. If you know anyone in your network, in your office, whatever it may be, who you think would be a good fit, you're having good experience yourself, please send me an intro. I would love to have a conversation with them and then go from there. This is your next 4 clients. This is your next 4 clients. And your last 4, depending on how many you want. Now you have top 20 because you can easily sign 4 from a promo strategy like this. And we would script this out every single week for the 4 weeks inside of month 6 here to make sure that we have a good progression with it and we're consistent with it. And now you have achieved $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue from a premium coaching offer, which is just under $250,000 in additional revenue, depending on whatever else you guys are doing as well, right? So incredible. Now, with this, I know this was a lot, guys, but with this sounds awesome. Awesome, Will. Like, I understand what you're saying. Yes, this all sounds great, but where did those 16 opportunities leads come from every single month? You might be wondering that. Because I'll walk you through what the promo was, and some of them are self-explanatory, like the lunch and learns and things like that. But where do the leads come from for the 3-day clinic? Where do the leads come from for the masterclass? Where do the leads come from at the end of the month where I'm calling in clients? Because I might not have that right now. Totally understand that. Most of my clients don't. So there's one of 3 ways to go about it. Organic, which is you just hitting up your list. Maybe you're a gym owner and you have a huge list of current past clients who you think could fit the bill. You don't really think you need ads because you can have a list of 100 just from your current network and past and current clients. So that would be a good fit for you. There's hybrid, which is a mix of organic and of ads. This would be great for probably most online coaches or most facilities who want to have a mix of both. And then there's some coaches who love paid ads. You love nerding out on systems. You don't want to send messages. You want people to come to you. You don't want to send personal invitations. You want people to come to you. And you're okay with spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month in ads. Well then, and this is fewer people, but I have worked with some clients like that as well, and I'll show you in a second. That's okay as well, and I'll show you what this process looks like. But for most of you, you're going to be in the middle. You're going to be in the hybrid way of generating leads. So what this looks like organically first, this is your dream list. So we're talking, you can easily create the first 20 people of your list of 100 of past clients, current clients who you think could upsell, connections, inner circle, past people in your life. That would be the first way to generate those leads. Doing lunch and learns, getting referrals, running a 3-day clinic from the initial list that you already have. This would be the organic plays. This is where you're going to get your top 20 clients from. Okay. This is if you want to do organic. Kirby is a great example of someone who's running organic. This is an owner, CrossFit gym owner. He's trying to transition his gym out of CrossFit, actually more to concierge health clinic, like what I'm talking to you about now. And he has an amazing list of past clients, current clients, different people in his inner circle, business owners, things like that. And he was bottlenecked trying to just grow his CrossFit gym with the $150 a month, $200 membership if you add on nutrition coaching as well. We implemented a premium coaching offer just like I walked you through. And inside of his first month, he sold 4. Okay. So almost exactly what I walked you through in month 1. Kirby's a perfect example of it, but he's also a perfect example of someone who doesn't want to touch ads because he has more than enough attention in his list and just inner circle and connections right now. And he's going to get to top 20 just by doing that. And that's totally awesome. This is what he sent me the first time. He didn't even think it was real. I didn't think he could charge $1,000 a month. And not only did he do it the first time, but he's just constantly bringing it in month after month after month now, which is amazing. So this also shows you guys that it is real and it does work. Okay, hybrid, this is what I would recommend for most of you. This is where you have a mix of both, right? Yes, you have your past members of the gym or connections, or if you're an online coach, past clients you've worked with, current clients you think you could upsell. That's where you're probably going to get your first 4 clients. Then your next 4 might be from ads to a funnel, to some sort of a training that we can create. Creating your 3-day clinic. This would be us running follower ads for high performers to follow you and then come into your 3-day clinic. That might be another 4 clients. Masterclass, you'll get another 4 clients, and then calling in clients. This will come from running a little bit of traffic to your profile, so $1,000 to $2,000 a month. But if you guys are signing 4 clients a month, that's $48,000 in revenue, right? So if I'm asking you to spend $1,000 to $2,000 a month in ads of attracting the right eyeballs to you, and you trade that $1,000 to $2,000 for $48,000 in revenue, that's a trade I'd make every single day of the week. So this is a hybrid way of doing it. It just gets you there a little bit faster, and you can get to where you want to go a lot faster. Colby's a great example of this. He's a gym owner and online coach, so he does a little bit of both. He has a premium coaching offer for $1,500 a month. Okay, $1,500 a month, not just $1,000, $1,500 a month for a full year. In his first week of implementing this, he sold 4 to 6 clients. Okay, just in his inner circle. Nothing else, no marketing, just his inner circle. Now we're starting to run some ads. Now we're starting to get to where he wants to go, and he's at consistent 20K a month. Okay, incredible. Now he's investing in real estate and some other stuff with his family, which is incredible. Modern Athlete Strength Systems, they're a group of guys who are from the military, and they run a very successful online coaching business as well. They're another great example of hybrid. They do a mix of organic and they do a mix of paid ads. They were growing their Train Heroic subscription for $50 a month. They had some low ticket offers as well. They were around $10K a month before they started working with me. Then they implemented this process I'm taking you through now. And now they're at consistent 40K months, 40 to 45K months, month after month after month, because they added a premium coaching offer and they're consistently signing clients through this process. So that's hybrid. And then we have paid. Paid ads, this is probably for a smaller percentage of you who just want to focus on this, nothing else. Obviously, it's depending on your process, but you're probably going to spend anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 per month. Good example is my client Ethan. He got to consistent 50K months working with me. Hired mentors in the past, learned a lot, which is incredible, but didn't really work to get him to where he wanted to get to. Before he hired me, he was kind of stuck around 5 to 10K months. Sales were unpredictable. He was working with busy parents, didn't really have a good sustainable system inside of his coaching business. After we applied premium coaching process, we shifted his ideal type of client to executive women, more potent in his marketing and his ads. And then we scaled to consistent 50K months. Now, Ethan was incredible at sales. He's really, really good at sales. So that might skew it a little bit too. But when it comes to his process, it was just ads to his Instagram account primarily, and then he would just DM them, have a conversation back and forth, understand what their problem is, understand what their goal was, and then he would get to the next step in booking a call and then sending them a proposal. So different ways to go about it, right? So I just walked you through 3 different ways to be able to send 4 one-year proposals per week, right? That's the main thing I want you guys to do. So there's different ways to go about it. The question is, which one works for you? For most of you, it's probably going to be a hybrid approach. But for some of you, you might just want to go totally organic, and that's okay. For some of you, you might want hybrid. For some of you, you love paid ads. You want to just nerd out on that. Again, totally okay. I've helped clients in every single silo of one of those 3. The question is what works best for you based off your strengths and weaknesses, based off where things are at for you right now, okay? So at this point in the training, guys, you probably fall into 1 of 2 camps. You're like, this sounds awesome, Will. I want to learn how to build this out, want to hear about what you do, which is cool. Or number 2, which might be some of you as well, this sounds cool, but I'm not sure if it's going to work for me, which I totally get. And if I was in your position, I might be thinking some of those same things. So I want to go through a couple of things, because these are some maybe limiting beliefs or objections that might be coming up for you as you're watching this training. And I don't want to just say, hey, go on your way, go build this out, because I want to uncover and kind of walk you through some of these potential flaws in thinking, because if we don't clean these things up now, you're never going to get to where you want to go when it comes to a premium coaching service and achieving your version of top 20 in your coaching business. So you only need 16 leads per month to be able to send a 1-year proposal to, right? To attract a premium coaching client. It's literally 1 lead every other day in a 30-day month. Literally that simple. Now you might be thinking, I don't have 100 leads. You need to think of it this way. 100 is a lot. It's too much for you to think about right now. It's too much for you to create a list of right now. But if you're just focused on finding 1 premium ideal type of client every other day, you don't even have to do it every day, every other day, then it seems so much more manageable for you. Just like this meme, right? How do you eat an elephant? It's just 1 bite at a time, 1 bite at a time over a period of arguably years before you finish that elephant. Now, for us, we're condensing this into 6 months, but you need to see things on a longer term horizon, right? It's not, how can I get to 20K a month next month and hit up all 100 leads this month and No. Slow down, man. Slow down. We want to create this in long-term sustainability. So it's going to take a longer runway to get to where you want to go. Let's just focus on finding 1 ideal type of client for your top 20 coaching program every other day. Very sustainable. Arguably nobody, no coach, even the coaches I work with, don't have 100 active leads right now. We'll slowly build that over the next 6 months. Something else you might be thinking is that I can't charge $1,000 a month. Totally get it. I understand what you're thinking, but you're not charging $1,000 a month for workouts and check-ins. This is what I said at the beginning of the training, right? I agree with you. If you want to charge $1,000 a month for just your programming, it's probably not going to fly, because they could get that anywhere. Heck, you could get it on ChatGPT for $40 a month, right? Depending if you have the subscription or not. You're charging $1,000 a month for life-changing health transformation. There's a big difference between charging for workouts and charging for a life-changing health transformation. This is built into a 12-month relationship with you in a concierge coach-client relationship that fixes some deep-seated health issues that they've been struggling with for years. So that, my friends, is 100% worth $1,000 a month. In fact, it's probably a steal for $1,000 a month. So you need to change the game. It's not just workouts and caloric deficit. You need to change how they're seeing it. Kirby's a great example, right? Kirby's a great example. He didn't think it was possible. When I first told him he needs to charge $1,000 a month, he was freaking out. He was like, dude, what are you talking about? Do I have to go to someone's home and mow their lawn for $1,000 a month? And I said, no, you're thinking about this all wrong, because you're thinking about just giving them workouts. So we changed the game, changed his offer, and he understood it. And it took him selling his first one to understand it could be real. But now he's crushing it. And if you think about it logically, guys, $1,000 a month is only $33 a day in a month. It's only $33 a day, right? Like, people spend that on Uber Eats, going out for dinner, lunches, like little things that they just impulsively buy on Instagram. People have the money. People are already spending the money. So I need to overcome this false belief around $1,000 a month is too much for coaching, because it's not. And in fact, it's a steal. Every client that I've had inside of Top 20, which is my coaching program for this offer, they had that same fear before coming into it. But once they got their first client, they understand what's possible. And now anything lower than $1,000 is like not even in their standard anymore. So it's the same thing for you guys. Another one is people won't commit to 12 months. Okay, I can't see myself selling someone on 12 months. People just want 12-week plans, 12-week plans, 12-week plans. Well, here's the thing, is that when you shift from speaking to, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but let's say lower value clients versus higher value clients understand it's a long game. Higher value clients understand the long-term process to get to where they want to go. Okay, so usually this isn't necessarily about the clients. This is about your fear of retention, your fear of delivery. Maybe you've had some bad experiences with clients in the past, and you need to kind of work that out a little bit before you start applying this offer. Because the truth is, your dream clients, just like I said, they do not want another 90-day sprint. They do not want another crash diet. And these ideal types of clients, they commit all the time to a 12-month car lease, right? They commit to a 25-year mortgage. They commit to a 3-year phone plan. I just committed to an internet plan right now for 3 years for my new office. So they'll commit. Why is their health no different? Arguably, their health is the most important thing. Everything else is just luxuries, right? So you need to believe that first. People don't leave great relationships once they build them as well. Right? If someone builds a great relationship with you as their coach, they're not just going to leave you after 12 weeks. They want to keep that rolling. Their health goals are going to maybe change in different phases of life that they go through. So you need to understand that. And if you're only selling short-term containers, you're only ever going to attract short-term clients, and you guys will still be on the hamster wheel. Hamster wheel, hamster wheel. The whole point of this training, the whole point of Top 20 is to get you off the hamster wheel. Right? You can still have short-term offers, absolutely, but Top 20 just gives you that sustainability. So you need to think of the type of leader who thinks in longer-term outcomes, not short-term sprints. That attracts low-level clients. That attracts anxiety-driving clients, right? You want people who see the long game and the different phases of life, potentially, that they might go through. I've worked with my health coach, just to give you a reference. I've worked with my health coach coming up on 3 years now, and I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. 3 years. I'm a premium buyer. Okay? There's people like that out there. This is an interesting one. You guys might be thinking, I don't have time. I'm busy with clients. I'm busy with this. I'm busy with that. I don't have time. I'll tell you this. You don't not have the time to do this. You can't not make an effort to do this, because you're just always going to stay on the client hamster wheel if you don't make the time for this. Okay. And I'm just giving it to you straight here. I'm giving it to you bluntly. I've been a health consultant for personal trainers, gym owners, health concierge clients for the past 7 years now. This is what you guys need. This is what you guys need inside of your coaching business. If you're telling me, and this is the whole notion of this training today, right? If you're telling me I can send out one personalized value video, around 16 to 17 a month, so one every other day, and it takes 15 to 20 minutes, let's say. Okay, so one every other day. So that's 6 hours in a month. And that, if I do this for 6 months, 6 hours in a month for 6 months. That'll create almost $250,000 in additional revenue. So let's call that 2 hours a week. It's like 30 minutes a day, Monday to Friday. You have 30 minutes. Or you can create 30 minutes. You just have to get creative. Make the time. Make the time. The premium clients are there. Make the time. If you continue to say I don't have the time, and then you're taking hour lunch breaks and you're doing this, you're doing that, you're just not serious about it. And that's okay, but just be honest with yourself. Another one is I don't feel confident in a 1-year offer. So first of all, this is good because this means you have integrity in your results. You have integrity in your coaching. You have integrity in your coaching process that you want to give your ideal types of clients. You don't want to overpromise. So I love this. I love that you feel this. But the reason you probably don't feel confident is because you've never done this before. It's not that you wouldn't be an incredible coach. It's just you maybe haven't done this before. You haven't built a 1-year experience that you have proof that it works specifically for you, right? So you have to understand that you're also not promising 12 months of content up front. You're not promising 12 months of modules and pre-built out systems and all these different things up front. You're promising 12 months of support and transformation with you. So if you've done it for a 3-month contract, or let's say a 6-month contract with clients before, and maybe they've re-signed on with you for another 3-6 months, then you can absolutely do it for a 12-month contract. It's just doing that exact same thing for a longer term process in terms of working with you and what that back and forth looks like. Yeah, the process will be different, but you probably already have proof that you can do this. If you can do it for 3 months at a high level, just times that by 4. So it's just building out the process and what this looks like. And this is what I do for all my clients moving forward. Understanding what that 12-month roadmap looks like, making sure you feel confident about it, understanding what those quarterly milestones look like for your client over that timeline and communicating that to them, understanding what those monthly rhythms look like in terms of a check-in call, weekly check-in Loom videos, if you want to do an in-person experience, different offers that way, how to stack those client wins every 4 to 6 weeks to keep them consistent, to keep them motivated over the long term as well. And then building asynchronous support. So what I mean by asynchronous is it doesn't always have to be calls on your calendar. It could also be different support through Loom videos, different supports through your messaging app inside of what your coaching looks like, community, different trainings that you want to create and send them, where they're getting that education and they're getting that coaching over the long term. So understanding how to build this out specifically for you, obviously, is what I do with clients, but also what you can do yourself if you want, just to give you that clarity and that confidence around creating a 1-year offer. So those are some common objections that I see a lot of different, if it's ideal clients or different coaches that have before you fully step into what Top 20 is and how you can build this inside of your coaching business. So that's all I got for you guys. That's exactly what I would do over the next 6 months. Okay, so before 2025 ends, in order to create an additional $20,000 per month in revenue inside of your coaching businesses. So I hope you guys enjoyed this training. I hope it gave you some light bulb moments. I know there was a lot of stuff, but I wanted to just value pack this presentation to have no bullshit, no fluff, and just the exact process that can get you there. And I gave you some different options as well in terms of you self-selecting, right? In terms of what fits better with your strengths, what fits better maybe with what you've already built inside of your coaching business. Like I said, I've worked with different types of clients who have different scenarios and different challenges or different assets that they've already built, and just understanding how you can ride that momentum based off those strengths or assets into what Top 20 can look like can really help. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this training. Obviously, you probably know where to find me if you want to talk about coaching, but there's no pitch at the end for this stuff, just pure value for you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.